Call of Juarez Gunslinger, I think that's what it's called, is one of the most overlooked and underrated shooters I've played in ages. So it's just sat there in my Steam library, felt like playing it, and I thought, why not shed some light on one of the games I think is super underrated, and let's show it off and review it. First thing I'm going to mention, it is a very, very, very short game. It is very short, it's very linear, it gets to the point, you're doing the same thing over and over again for about 4 to 5 hours. But just because you're doing that over and over again doesn't mean it's going to get boring. I always say repetitive games can get a bit annoying, but if it's repetitive while also enjoying it, hey man, I mean, what more can you ask for? 4 to 5 hours? Ooh, easy. So what even is Call of Juarez Gunslinger? So it's an FPS game, but it's also a western, and it has this really nice visual style that's really saturated. And it focuses on a guy called Silas, a bounty hunter and storyteller in the game. He's basically telling the stories from his viewpoint of what happened during his life. And you meet a bunch of historical figures like Billy the Kid and stuff like that, and they take they take liberties with the characters and stuff like that. And you go on this 4 to 5 journey learning this guy's story, what he's about, what his backstory is, who is he killing, who is he targeting, why is he doing it, you know what I mean? And it's told in this really unique, interesting way, which always keeps you on your toes, because this Silas guy that you are playing as, well, let's just say he's not the most reliable storyteller.
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before.
So you go through the story, killing a bunch of enemies, doing duels and all sorts. It's really cool. And it takes you on this very short journey, which is both interesting and unreliable. But why am I talking about it now? Well, as I said, I think it's really good and not enough people have played it. Now, some backstory for the Call of Juarez series, I think that's how you call it, I think that's how you say the name. I'm not the most reliable guy when it comes to, saying words properly. I'm a reviewer, by the way. But this series has had its ups and downs, all of which I haven't played. This is the only Call of Juarez game I have played. Let me get that out of the way, so I know someone might be in the comments saying this is probably the worst Call of Juarez game or whatever, but honestly, I appreciate you leaving that comment, but I haven't played them, so I wouldn't know that. So throughout this game, you're going to be running through areas, bang, 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 just shooting at everything with revolvers and rifles and shotguns and sawed-off shotguns, the lot. It's fun as hell. Does it have the best weapon variety? No. Does it have the best gunplay? No. Does it have the best AI? No, it definitely does not have the best AI. But this just takes me back to like the old arcadey FPS games, you know what I mean? Where you just walk into a room, you bang, 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 bang. You have all these abilities that are unrealistic, but they're there for the sake of fun. And you just go through this game and you just shoot, bang, 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 bang. Just bang, 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 bang. That's all you do, and I love it. So as you go on this journey through this story that is unreliable, you unlock different upgrades for your weapons, different skills, concentration meters, upgrading your guns so you're faster, you draw quicker, you aim quicker, you're more reliable, you do more damage, all that stuff. And the best way I can describe the gameplay of Call of Juarez Gunslinger, I've got to point that out, it's basically the Arkham games. You know the Arkham games, I talk about it all the time, the free flow combat, but in first person. Because the idea of this gameplay and the challenge is you have to kill enemies as quickly as possible while also being accurate, and that's how you get more XP. So you've got to go for them headshots, and you get more and more XP, and you do more and more damage as you consistently hit your shots, which I think is really cool. Is it the most insane gameplay that's the most innovative gameplay of all time? No, it's not, and it never will be that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I mean, this game was free on Steam 2 years ago, so, you're getting what you get. Another fun fact, this was made by Techland, the developers behind Dying Light, and I think the game is called Hunt Showdown. That's been recommended to me a few times, and after playing this again and reminding me of how good this game is, I might have to go check it out, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's talk about the level design. So the levels, admittedly, it is very linear. You're not going to be doing much exploring, you're not going to be unlocking a lot of things. You'll be finding gold nuggets. It's like secrets, and you unlock different historical stories and all that stuff. But the most important part is it gives you XP to level up in this very short game. But that's all it is for the exploration. This is a very linear game. You're going to be walking down the area and you're just going to go bang, 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 and you're going to go to the boss, you're going to do a duel, and then that's that. You know what I mean? It's very basic, it's very, very linear, and you will be doing the same thing over and over again. But why it works so well is because of the gunplay. As I said, it's not the best gunplay in the world, but if you're playing it on PC, because I played it on PC, it is just horrendously smooth. Probably the wrong word. probably the wrong word for it, but it's incredibly smooth. It is incredibly satisfying. When you bang a headshot, you get that 100 XP up there, and they just drop to the floor, and you have this story, and that's like that complimenting you, and it's just so much fun, man. It's so much fun. But each level is set in different areas of this western background, basically. You got swamps, you've got deserts, you've got towns like roads from Red Dead Redemption 2, and you just go through there, you're climbing above them, you get locked up, you go above the buildings, you're just jumping down, you go pow, 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 pow. It's and while it may be the most linear game, they do something really unique with how they design the levels. So you go through an area, and because the story is unreliable, the person telling it, the person you're playing, you know, their viewpoint from, you go back in time a lot of the time. You go down a different area, so you get to explore different sides of the map while also worrying about not exploring it. So you always know you're going to get the most out of each level, because the developers essentially force you to do it twice. I know that sounds ridiculous, but the gameplay is so fun, you don't care. Now, there are a couple of flaws. As I said, it's not the most in-depth game. It's super linear. It's not it's not going to be for everyone, okay? This is the kind of game where you sit down 4 or 5 hours straight, you just blast through it, and you have a good time. And if you've been on the channel for a while, you know that's my kind of cup of tea. Oh yeah, and I can't forget, if you're new here, like and subscribe. I haven't really been saying it in videos. Kind of stupid, but yeah, I make reviews, I do gameplay now, we're doing more gameplay, I quite enjoy doing that, as well as some gaming news and stuff like that. So come and join us, subscribe. What's the worst that can happen? I'm not going to come to your bed and stab you, you know what I mean? I might. Who knows? I might not like you. But one of the biggest flaws is the upgrade system. The upgrade system is very basic, okay? It's good enough for this game, but if you're looking for something that is like super in-depth, like super lengthy, like an RPG or anything, stay away. This is not an RPG. Let's get that out of the way. This is far from it. Far, far from it. It's not, there's no RPG elements at all, so I feel like I need to mention that because every game I've played recently has RPG elements. So no RPG elements here. But the upgrade system, as much as I enjoy it, as simple as it is, as easy it is to understand, it is very basic. You're not going to get much out of it, so it's not the most like in-depth. But don't forget, this was not a full-price game. I'm pretty sure it was like £20 or something when it first released ages ago. But right now you can get it for super cheap pretty much anywhere. So, well, apart from the PS Store, I think it got taken down, but you can still get codes. But I'm talking about like PC, Steam and all that. And on top of that, the enemy AI is not particularly great, okay? In fact, it's pretty terrible. They just run into cover, they peek every now and then, they pew, 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 as you shoot them down. It's one of them. But one of the coolest aspects is the duels. So at the end of almost every mission, you get a duel with certain characters, and you have to time it. You got to get your arm in the right place. You got to aim. You got to make sure you're in the right spot, and you got to be the quickest to draw. Admittedly, it's pretty easy on normal difficulty, but once you bump it up to hard and then go on to the like true Western difficulty, it can get pretty intense, you know what I'm saying? So that's really cool, and I wish more Western games released. Like, how many Western games do you really get now, other than Red Dead Redemption? I can't think of any. I literally can't think of any, which it sucks, but apart from this one. But yeah, I just wanted to shed some light on this game because I think it's really good, as I've said multiple times in this video. And if you're on PC, or if you're on Steam or anything like that, give it a shot. It's really cheap. You'll have a blast for like 4 to 5 hours. And if you don't like it, you've got the 2-hour refund, don't you? 2-hour refund. Don't want to do it like that. 2-hour refund. So, you know, you're sound. You're sound. If you don't like it, just refund it. Bang. Easy. So, that's all I've got to say. Go play it. I think it's really worth your time. I wouldn't waste your time. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Smash that like button. More content coming soon.